Alright, so this is my first video on this channel, and essentially I wanted to display my art skills here. As you can see, it's going really fast, so I want to pair some audio up because I haven't made any music or whatever. And this is basically me drawing Ironman, the Invincible Ironman. And wow, it is going pretty fast. So I use Sketchbook, and this is drawn on my Samsung Galaxy Note. I think it might be a 10 or that. Sorry for the stutter, like I said, it's my first video. But yes, I believe it's about like a 10 or 11. It's kind of new, kind of not. And I love this thing, honestly. And before, I used the notepad to draw my work. So having this and having the opportunity to kind of show how I do it is pretty nice, honestly. So the Invincible Iron Man, you know, he debuted 1963, as I read in Tales of Suspense. I have to catch up on my Iron Man lore, but I am a huge fan of his character as depicted in the MCU, which is majority of where I have seen him. I haven't read many comics with him. I know about the Demon in a Bottle comic, which honestly really intrigues me, and I'm glad that they adapted it in the MCU because you can show your characters as, you know, more human and flawed. I'm not sure if there's echo, but I am in a closed room right now, so hopefully there isn't. But if there is, I'm sorry about that. Going on, the line work I do, I know I have strength in that, so, which is good, but I wanted to do something like, he's kind of at a neutral stance so I can show off this armor and show off this like smoke effect to add more, you know, make it look more dynamic. And I wanted to do some really bright reds, and you'll see later I put gold in it. And basically what I'm doing right now in this video is I'm outlining the colors so I can just, you know, fill it in and make it easier. Before I used to just color it all in, and that took so long, even though it was digital. And this new sketchbook thing helps me so much. So yeah, and here these lines are just to make it look more metallic. You'll see later I add even more, like a darker line to make it give that effect. And the reason I do this is because I've seen like Alex Ross's work, which is, oh my gosh, that work is, it's something else, man. Yeah, Iron Man. I really like his character. I think they've done him really dirty though recently in the MCU, which is sad, because he's such a title character. I don't know, like that show Falcon Winter Soldier, I felt that they kind of character assassinated him and Steve Rogers because they didn't help out Sam's family, which is insane. But that's a whole other subject I don't really want to get into. Okay, so now we're approaching the finishing line with this. And here's just shading, finishing touches, because at first I was like, oh, this looks good enough, but then I looked at it and it looked way too flat. So you have to add shading, even though it's very little overall, it will add to your context. So I'm like, this video was done kind of last minute. I was gonna prepare all these statements about the history of Iron Man. I might do that in the future, but for now, I don't want to put too much effort into these videos. Mainly because, I don't know, I'm not really getting too much for it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. If I have more of a passion for this, yes, of course. And here's me taking a paintbrush and kind of blending the colors together. So most of this is done with on the Sketchbook app. It is done with, what do you call it? Like an ink, like a pen tool. So I can get these like much stronger lines, because I really like line work. That is one of my favorite things. And here is sketch. Now here's just the color that was underneath the sketch, and the sketch was used to do that. And here's the final product. So I hope you all enjoy, and hopefully this video was not egregious. All right, have a good day.